Ah, ha, ha. Whoa. What up, y'all? How's it going? 15 minutes can save you 15 minutes or car insurance by switching to Geico. I don't know why I just said that, but I got 15 minutes before I'm going to go out and try to get to a sports bar today. I can't wait to see Jeff Driscoll play. I can't wait to see Baker Mayfield play today. I can't wait to see I can't wait to see a lot of games today. Hopefully you guys can come on in stream. It might be choppy as all get out, but anyway, thank you guys for coming in and hanging out. So, the Oklahoma Sooners to me are the best team in college football. I think Kyler Murray is just the best player probably in college football. I mean, I would maybe give him the Heisman. I'd probably give it to Tua. But Lincoln Riley combined with Kyler Murray, they have the tools that they can beat Alabama in the championship. So I look at Oklahoma. Georgia's best win all year is over a Florida team that is a really flawed Florida team, a Florida team that got drilled by Missouri. The Georgia Bulldogs have no good wins all year. Everybody they played has absolutely sucked. I mean, you look at Kentucky, Kentucky's a pile of shit. And all these teams, I mean, Georgia really has no impressive wins all season. I mean, it's not like Mississippi State got into the playoffs because they lost to Alabama by a touchdown last year. So I think Oklahoma needs to be in the college football playoff. They avenged their field goal loss. They only lost by 3 points to Texas. They've ran the table ever since then. They've been good all season. Ohio State should have lost to they should have lost to Penn State. Ohio State should have lost. They could have lost to Nebraska. They could have lost to Maryland. Ohio State has sucked all year. Oklahoma has played in a conference that I think is just as good. So Oklahoma's got to be in. All right. How was the 2017 draft class cursed? I mean, I gotcha. Not the most recent one's really good because you have Leonard from South Carolina State. You have Van Der Esch. Um, Even the pick by the Browns, that cornerback is looking good. Denzel Ward. But I mean, 2017, Evan Ingram is terrible. Garrett Bowles isn't even that good. Well, the quarterbacks are pretty good in the class. Like Mahomes and Trubisky are good. So Brooks, thank you so much, man. Good luck to your Ravens today. I'm not picking the Ravens. I am picking the Atlanta Falcons for sure. I don't trust Lamar Jackson going on the road. That line has moved 5 points. Atlanta is absolutely going to crush Baltimore. That's why that line has moved 5 points in the past week. Lamar Jackson ain't winning anything in this NFL, and he's not beating the Atlanta Falcons. He has a better chance to be benched this year than for him to beat Atlanta today. I also look at the Steelers. The Steelers are going to crush the Chargers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are absolutely going to humiliate Philip Rivers today on the freaking road. Or Philip Rivers cannot win a road game. Philip Rivers is going to prove today why he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback, and the Chargers are going to get absolutely boat raced, okay? Absolutely killed. Period. The Chargers are absolutely getting killed by the Steelers. I think that the New England Patriots are going to kill the Minnesota Vikings today. The Vikings have just lost Andrews and Dejo for the entire year. The Vikings are the most overrated team. Mike Zimmer is a terrible head coach. He's not a bad head coach, but he's just not a good head coach, okay? Solomon Thomas is so overrated because Solomon Thomas, to me, has no get off ability. I mean, he's slow as a defensive end. He doesn't have those quick twitch muscles, okay? He's good at stopping the run. He's not an elite pass rusher at all, okay? He's never been able to get to the quarterback at the NFL level. The only guy that is really good on that defensive line is DeForest Buckner, is a really good player, okay? but I would like to see DeForest Buckner and Ed Oliver on the same defense, okay? Nathan, how you doing, buddy? Good luck to your Chicago Bears. I think that the reason why Solomon's draft stock rose is because Solomon Thomas is a really smart kid. You know, Solomon Thomas is from a proven, really good college. And, you know, Christian McCaffrey was good from that school. You know, Stanford players are pretty good at the NFL level. They're smart, they're reliable. John Lynch was in Solomon Thomas' class at Stanford, okay? The general manager went to the same class as Solomon Thomas. So they thought that Solomon Thomas, because he's really smart, would be able to be really good. Nathan, thanks, man. It's going to be a fun game. I mean, how good is Eddie Jackson, dude? Nathan, how good is Eddie Jackson? That Brett Coleman video was unbelievable on Eddie Jackson. I really want a really good center fielder. Like maybe Deontay Thompson is going to be a great center fielder as well. So, whoo! 9 people are in the chat. Thank you guys so much. I cannot wait for this football Sunday. It's going to be unbelievable. Dude, I don't know what to freaking say to you, man. Well, I'm going to talk to you right now, David. Rodrigo had a 31-yard field goal to get that game to 31-14. If he hits that field goal, then the dynamic is a little bit different because then it's a 3-score game, okay? What I am going to say to you, David, is you guys couldn't convert a third down in the last quarter of the game. You couldn't run the ball down the stretch. You tried to pass it too much. Jim Chaney got way too aggressive. You also had no gap contained on Jalen Hurts. All he can do is roll to his right and throw. And you guys kept on letting him leave the pocket time after time again. And now Mel Tucker is leaving y'all's team. So I hated that 4th down call, but you guys also don't have a killer instinct at all. I mean, you're winning the entire game. Jake Fromm in the second half was nowhere near the player he was in the first half. And you guys just don't know how to put a team away. And the defense was terrible at the end of the game. You kept on letting Hurts get outside the pocket. You're up by 14 points, and you let Alabama come back in the game. I mean, your team is a really good football team. Kirby Smart is a lot better than Mark Richt ever was. You guys are very close to winning. You guys are just like Clemson, and you guys are going to win a national championship in the next 4 years. You guys are probably going to win the national championship maybe in 2 years, except that player, Justin Fields, that's a great point there at Khan. I think Justin Fields is going to transfer. If I were him, I would absolutely transfer schools. Jalen Hurts is going to transfer as well. But Jalen Hurts, like Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts did a great job this year of staying put. And just because Jalen Hurts transfers next year doesn't make him selfish at all. Like Jalen Hurts should transfer for sure. But I think that Justin Fields should absolutely transfer. Absolutely. That fake punt was absolutely embarrassing last night. Steven, what do you think's going to happen today, man? Do you think we beat the Bears? I don't think Eli's going to beat the Bears, and I'll tell you why. Because the Bears have Eddie Jackson in the secondary, so then they can suddenly unleash Bryce Callahan. They can unleash Kyle Fuller. There's going to be no explosive plays today. I kind of want to see Odell Beckham completely lose his shit. That would be so damn funny. I want to see Odell and Shermer square up. I want to see them fight because I wouldn't mind both of them leaving town. I wouldn't mind both of them just having an all-out brawl. I want to see Odell Beckham. I want to see that whole concussion tent absolutely just flipped on its damn head. I want to see that tent. I want to see Landon Collins and Odell Beckham throw that 10 on Pat Shermer's head. I want to see that 10 completely thrown. I want to see kicking nets thrown. I want to see it all be an all-out breakout fest. I want to see Pat. This is a great test for Pat and Eli Manning, because if Pat and Eli Manning are going to stay, and the freaking Alex Tanney stuff is such bullshit. The guy's like 30 years old, okay? Alex Tanney is an old quarterback that maybe he'll get his chance, but to me, Alex Tanney has never been able to stick around anywhere. He reminds me of Case Keenum. Okay, like Alex Tanney has been in so many organizations and he's completely sucked wherever he's been. Okay, he hasn't even gotten close to the NFL field. But the bottom line, the thing that's exciting about Pat Shermer is that Pat Shermer today is actually facing a defense that is actually good. Okay, if Eli beat the Eagles last week, it didn't mean anything. That Eagles game meant nothing because the Eagles were an injured team. This week, we play a fully healthy Bears defense. I'm really excited to see if Eli Manning and this offense can go out there and compete against a really good team. I'm excited for this Giants game. I'm excited to see if the Giants can stop the run with BJ Hill. I'm excited to see how motivated we are today. I'm also excited to see if Josh Allen, Buffalo teams, can go down to Miami and get a win. I predicted the Dolphins winning the game 30-20. I predict a high-scoring game, and I predict the Dolphins to go out there and win the game today against Buffalo. I don't trust Josh Allen at all, but that is going to be the great thing. It is 11-12. Shady's going to have a huge day today. I'm really excited too. And by the way, Steven, we're going to learn a lot about Jamon Brown. The point is, people think that Jamon Brown's the answer, but he's only been doing it for like 2 games. I mean, I don't think it's fair that we're just putting Jamon Brown on this pedestal. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair we're putting Spencer Pulley on this pedestal either as being the answer at center and right guard. I don't. I can't wait for Jamon Brown to have a game. I can't wait for Jamon Brown to play Akeem Hicks in the middle of this defense. I cannot wait. I think I completely agree, because I think the Chargers are going to get absolutely freaking killed. I think the Chargers are going to absolutely get crushed today. So I cannot wait for football Sunday. I'm going to do this for about 3 more minutes. I believe Jet Central's also going live on Insomnia Sports, and I think Oklahoma can win the college football playoff. I mean, I think Oklahoma could be a national champion. They remind me of that Cardale Jones Ohio State team, because when you have a good quarterback in college football, Kyler Murray to me is just as good of a college player than Deshaun Watson can be. I think Alabama and Oklahoma, I think Oklahoma could beat Alabama in that game. Lincoln Riley is that good of a play caller. That Georgia defense last year was just as good as Alabama's defense. Alabama's defense in the back end is not that good. Jake Fromm lit that defense up, okay? Quinnen Williams is a really good player, but Alabama's defense in the back end is not proven at all. I like Oklahoma. Steven, thanks so much for being right there with us throughout every step of the journey. I hope everybody can be a part of the joint live streaming experience that me, Chris, and Jet Central are going to have on Insomnia Sports. And we're trying to puff up these channels right now. And I'll tell you what, I cannot wait for the Josh Allen film review. I cannot wait to see Lamar Jackson. I'm going to be watching those guys very carefully, each and every throw. That is why Buffalo Wild Wings is the place to be. I'm going to be going over there right after this. Thank you. Thank you, Steven. I cannot wait for the college football announcement. I want there to be chaos. I don't think so, Billy. No way. Kyler Murray would be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. He would be another Russell Wilson. Kyler Murray, to me, would be He would win Super Bowls in the NFL. There is no doubt in my mind. He has unbelievable arm talent. He's incredibly fast. I wish the Giants could select Kyler Murray. I wish they could. What do you guys think? I mean, Jet Central is now chiming into the chat. I like Kyler Murray better than Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins to me could be like Cardale Jones. Both have big arms, but both could be too slow. I mean, Geno Smith, Cardale Jones, Ryan Mallett. There's quarterbacks that are too overweight and not fast enough to play at the NFL level. Look at Trubisky. Look at Baker Mayfield. Both of these guys are good athletes. Deshaun Watson, Jimmy Garoppolo. All these guys have the ability to get outside the pocket. So, I love Hollywood Brown, man. Hollywood Brown to me is just like Tyreek Hill, Albert Wilson. Like Hollywood Brown fits the modern NFL. He's unbelievable. Hollywood Brown can be just like his cousin Antonio Brown. If I were in the first round, he should be a first-round pick in the top 20. If DJ Moore's in the first round, Hollywood Brown to me is better than DJ Moore. Hollywood Brown, Justice Hill, you got to get fast guys just like these guys. Hollywood Brown to me is the best receiver that you can take at the NFL. I think A.J. Brown's a good player, but I'm taking Hollywood Brown, man. I'm taking Hollywood Brown number one in my board. DK Metcalf is a good receiver as well. I got to watch more on N'Keal Harry. Hollywood's knock on him is that he has trouble versus press coverage, and they just think he's a burner. But to me, and Hollywood Brown struggled yesterday at making contested catches. So he's not that good at high pointing the football. His catching skills are not that great. He's kind of like Amari Cooper where he's a body catcher, if that makes sense. He doesn't use his hands and he doesn't high point the ball at all. And versus press coverage, if you have a really physical cornerback like Jalen Ramsey, he's going to have trouble against press coverage in the NFL. I would freaking love that so much because then you'd have Marquise Goodwin. You can also put Hollywood in the slot. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine how beautiful that would be? Why don't the 49ers select Justice Hill from Oklahoma State? And why don't they select Hollywood Brown? Why don't you get Le'Veon Bell and Hollywood Brown in the offseason if you're the 49ers, okay? With George Kittle and Jimmy Garoppolo, suddenly you would have an elite team. And then maybe you get a backup quarterback in this year's draft, okay? You mean like a 6'5" red zone threat? I kind of understand what you're saying, but you have George Kittle. So by the way, it's not out of the question that the 49ers could get like another tight end, like a Noah Fant from Iowa or something, and pair him with George Kittle. Then you'd have two Iowa tight ends. I don't think so at all. I think it's going to be Justin Herbert. I don't think Haskins is athletic enough. No one is knocking on the guy's arm. The guy has a good arm. The guy can read defenses. I'm curious to see if Dwayne Haskins has the ability to leave the pocket, or else he's Jacoby Brissett. I mean, what's the difference between Brissett and Dwayne Haskins? Why is Deshaun Watson a good quarterback and Jacoby Brissett is not a good quarterback? It's because Deshaun Watson, Cam Newton, these guys have the ability to just be athletic with their feet. That's the same reason why Drew Lock and Dwayne Haskins are not going in the first 3 rounds. The one thing about Dwayne Haskins is I absolutely love the kid. Like, I love Dwayne Haskins as a leader. I want to see him declare for the NFL draft. And the good news about Dwayne Haskins is that he's a Giants fan. And I do like that in players. I don't like guys that are, Eagles fans. Like, the fact is, I think that Saquon Barkley was a Jets fan growing up. Like, we have a lot of success with kids from New York, and Dwayne Haskins is a Jersey kid. Imagine if the Giants got Josh Allen, who's a Jersey kid as well. That's why Quentin Nelson was an attractive player for the Giants, because he was a Jersey kid. So you look for guys that really care about the Giants. Like Bill Parcells was a Jersey person. He grew up right near Giant Stadium, so he knows what it's like to be a Giant, to hate the NFC East. That shit's important to me, man. I mean, Kyle Lauletta just doesn't have that perspective. He's a fan of the Eagles, Kyle Lauletta, and that's why a lot of Giants fans are having a lot of trouble with liking Kyle Lauletta, is because he hated the Giants growing up. He was an Eagles fan, and Pat Shermer's family was also from the East too. Yeah, I think Rippon's his dad too. So Rippon from BYU could be like a Nick Mullins, bro. Nick Mullins. I gotta do a Nick Mullins review. But that guy just doesn't have a lot of arm talent. But Nick Mullins is a perfect backup quarterback because he's not going to threaten Jimmy Garoppolo. He's going to go in, he's going to study hard, he's going to help out the quarterback. You don't want too good of a backup quarterback. That's why there's a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL or that are out of the NFL that are too threatening to be in the NFL, like Kaepernick, like Luis Perez, like Davis Webb. Davis Webb didn't get picked up because he's too damn good to be picked up. You don't want him as a backup quarterback. You want Josh McCown. You know what, Jabari? I want the 49ers to get a lockdown safety, okay? I want like an Eddie Jackson on the 49ers, okay? I want a center fielder that is great in coverage because Colbert, to me, they have too many damn safeties that are not good enough at coverage. And I was wrong on Fred Warner. I was dead wrong on him. He's great for the modern NFL. Nick Mullins, unfortunately, has no trade value. He's just not that good of a player. Oh, it was so much fun taking y'all's questions today. It's always a really good time coming on here, doing a little bit of a podcast. And I'll try to go live at probably 4 o'clock today. There might be some crazy shit that goes down. Take the Colts, take the Steelers, take the Patriots, take Oakland against the spread, take all of those teams that I mentioned. Thank you so much, casual viewer. I appreciate you, man. I'm going to bounce. Y'all are great. Take care. Enjoy it.